Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahi wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. My name is Ismail Sulaiman, one of the research team of Hilal Crescent Moonwatch, and in association with East Africa Moon Sighting. 17th Feb 2026, Tuesday will be the 29th day of Sha'ban 1447 after Hijrah, according to local sighting. And it is the day whereby most countries shall be moving out to observe the crescent of Ramadan 1447 after Hijrah, inshallah. But today we are here to look at the moon sighting possibility in our area, East Africa, Africa, and other major countries and the rest of the global regions. Today, the sunset. Let me first start with the sunset, sunrise, and moonset times. For Makkah, the sunset will be at 18:19, then moonset will be at 18:22. So it implies that by a span of 3 minutes, that will be between moonset and sunset. That is in Makkah. Then for Uganda, but specifically Kampala, moonset will be at 19:12 and sunset will be at 19:07. So there will be a span of just 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, the moon will also set after the sun. So as you can see on what is on the chart, we see that that's the visibility of the new crescent moon for 2026 February. We can see that in majority of the areas they are under white, which implies that the moon will be impossible to sight, whether you use CCD, whether you use a telescope, whether you use your eyes. In fact, the eyes, it is impossible at all, even with the telescope, because once a CCD imaging fails, once telescope fails, then automatically the eye becomes impossible. So in the regions where you see white, it will be impossible to sight the crescent. But our brothers in Saudi Arabia, they will come out and announce that the moon has been sighted. Because for them, as I mentioned earlier, they follow the Qura calendar criterion, whereby for you to start a new month, these are the conditions. If the moon sets after the sun, then the following day becomes the first. Or if conjunction occurs before sunset, then the following day becomes the first. But if the moon sets before the sun and conjunction occurs after sunset, then it implies the following day they will complete 30 days, then the other day they will be able to enter the new month. That is okay, but it is not based on actual visibility of the crescent moon, because it's not in accordance with any sunnah whatsoever. So sighting the moon on that day will be impossible in all global regions. As you can see, the white areas. And also, let's assume that the moon's illumination, let's say, was 0.7%. Still, you can see that it's as the sun sets, there is a strong glare of the sun, so it will be impossible to sight the crescent moon. Then, when you go back to the age of the moon, as you can see. But before that, I think you can see the Qura calendar criterion. It is well summarized. You can see conjunction occurs before sunset. Moon sets after the sun by approximately 3 minutes. Then tomorrow, 18th Wednesday, 2026, will be the first of what? Of Feb, as you can see. And that's why we shall hear of a forced sighting, that the crescent was seen in Saudi Arabia, yet no conditions can permit the sighting of that crescent. Because actually, if we are to check in East Africa, particularly Uganda or Kampala, the moon's age will be approximately 4 hours old at the time of sunset, implying that it is way still. It's still in its conjunction phase. It's so close to the sun, so it will be impossible to do what? To sight that crescent. Many people will come out and attack that, why are you against Saudi Arabia, what. But this is a ibadah. It is not something to play with. Just like you cannot wake up and say, let me pray, you cannot wake up and say, let me pray Fajr at around 3 a.m. in the morning, because I want to continue sleeping. No, you have to wait for the right time such that you can move out, or you can go out to the masjid, or if you are praying at home, you pray, but at this specific time. So inshallah, Ramadan is likely to begin on Wednesday. The first night will occur on Wednesday, February, when the crescent should easily be visible throughout much of the globe. As you can see, America, South America, Africa, some Asian countries, even those parts of China. The crescent will be easily, but the most area where we shall focus is East Africa. It's under the deep green color, or that deep green color, so it implies that it is easily visible. So inshallah, Ramadan is likely to begin on Thursday, which will be the 19th of February. That's the first day, the first where we shall start fasting, the actual date itself. So with that data, that one for the conditions on Wednesday 18th February are as you can see. Then another thing we shall talk about is the eclipse. Yes, eclipses, in our previous videos we have been explaining that when a new moon phase occurs, that's the point where we have the highest probability of an eclipse occurring. But why it does not occur every time is because of the moon's orbital tilt. Sometimes the moon's shadow misses the earth because it's too high. Sometimes it misses the earth because it's too low. But when the conditions are perfect, or when there's perfect alignment, then a solar eclipse becomes inevitable. And so in that case, when we go back to the moon sighting on Wednesday, you can see that the crescent will now be 1.6% illuminated, which is something that can easily be seen by the naked eye. So, and it will stay in the sky by around close to 1 hour. As you can see, it will set at 1958. So close to 1 hour, it will be in the horizon. It will be slightly above the horizon, and it will be easy to see with the naked eyes, but on conditions that we don't have any clouds obscuring the view. Yes, because that crescent is 1.6% illuminated. It's still small. Yes, so we shall require good conditions, few cloud cover, so that you can be able to see the crescent moon. And the same will apply to all other areas in East Africa. Yes, the illumination will keep on increasing. So as you continue moving to the west, the illumination will continue to increase, inshallah. So it will be more easily seen in the west, those areas of San Francisco, San Diego, San Jose, San Joaquin, and those other areas in the US. As the illumination continues to increase, and as the moon continues to move further towards the west, it becomes more easy to view with the naked eye under all conditions. Yes, so that's regarding moon sighting on Wednesday. So I urge all the Muslim Ummah to forward this video to the likes of Sheikh Zaid Lubanga and Sheikh Salim Bosa, that they should use this data to establish the correct date of Ramadan. Now when you go back to the solar eclipse, you can see that the eclipse will be visible in South Africa, Madagascar, Antarctica, and it will end somewhere in the Indian Ocean. It will not touch India, but it will end somewhere in the Indian Ocean. And it will be the 17th of February. And as you can see, just as I told you, if you look on the chart I've just uploaded to the left, you can see that it begins at 1510. Just after conjunction, the eclipse starts, and it ends at around 1513. And that was the same story with March last year, when we were entering the month of Shawwal. There was an eclipse, but our brothers came out and announced that the moon was able to be seen. Yet in actual sense, there was no moon, because it was the day of eclipse, and you cannot have an eclipse at the same time. I will beg to stop there. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.